time for our signature glass of wine. This is Jill for today.
Yay!
Yeah. How are you? He is feeling so
I'm
much
feeling
better.
Today's not been a good day, but I'm
Overall,
feeling
yeah,
better.
he's feeling
Yeah.
so much better. You know, you had bronchitis and a terrible cold, and now you're feeling better, which
I am.
I'm so relieved. Oh, cool.
No,
Thank
just
you,
have-
God.
I just have a backache and the
Oh,
stomach
I don't care about that.
So,
Forget the cold thing out of the
yeah,
way.
what the hell?
So we're trying a little different lighting and location today, because every time we do a sit down like we're doing here, we always say, oh my God, the lighting is so terrible. So let us know. And of course, we'll know when I go to do the video, but
Yeah.
it's a little different. Maybe it'll be a little better. I'm not sure, but we'll see. First of all, I have to thank one of our subscribers. Her name is Terry, and she lives in Florida. And Terry sent me.
No, I envy you, Terry. It's cold as
Oh,
hell
it's
here.
she sent me the, I'm gonna hold this up in front of me, the most, how am I doing there? The most adorable holiday apron you ever saw. Let me get that, there we go. Is that just the cutest thing you ever saw? I wish it was Christmas time. And it goes right below my knee, and it's precious. Thank you so much, Terry. That was such a thoughtful thing. She knows I have a, I have a thing for aprons. So she thought of me and said she would send me the apron. So thank you so much. I love it. And next holiday, you will see it many times in my cooking segments. Right? Right?
Yes.
There's two, yeah. I'm drinking red wine. You're drinking.
My signature glass of bourbon.
It's been so cold
It
here.
is 10 a.m. after.
It's been so cold here. You know, I like
has.
white wine. That's kind of my favorite. But on a really cold day, there's something just really nice. Did you look at the
I
list?
did not look. I did
I
not
have
look.
the list, and it's full today. Anyway, I enjoy your red wine when it's cold. Come summertime, unless it's a sangria or something really light, I'm a
Yeah.
white wine
This is
person.
my new favorite bourbon.
Oh, that bourbon that they
This is
sent
called
us.
Michter's.
Eddie and Shannon sent that to us. It is fabulous. Absolutely the best bourbon I've ever drank. Okay,
So smooth.
first off, we had toilet repair again here in the Jill for Today household. You know that wax ring that sits around your toilet seat bowl, Well, guess what? So him being sick,
The toilet told me I was putting on a few pounds.
he tore that toilet apart and he fixed it the first time.
That's right.
No leaks. I was so proud of him.
I made up
was
for
so
it this
proud of
morning,
him.
though.
What'd you do?
I forgot to put the right top on the coffee pot. So sometime before 4 a.m., Jill for a Day wakes me up and says, you have to come help me. There's coffee everywhere. And there was.
We have a coffee, it drips, it and there's a thing that,
A
the little
carafe.
hole, yeah, the crack has a little hole where the coffee drips down, then it has a screw-on lid, so you can use it like a carafe. Well, the director
Wow.
always sets coffee up the night before, and he
Okay.
left that,
The screw
Stopper
on top.
in
Yeah,
there.
Stopper.
so the coffee made itself, and it
Getting
just
old
went
is
everywhere.
Bear, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well that's, you're looking at the
I'm not
list.
looking at the list.
Our new stove came.
I'm looking in the direction of the list.
So we had the coffee thing happen, which was like at 3:30 in the morning. That's like a hard one. Well, I get up and I go into the bathroom, do my thing, get my, washed up and teeth brushed and all that. But I always set the coffee on before I go in there. I come out, there's just coffee all over everywhere. And I said, what the heck's going on here? Well, I found out. So I was trying to mop it all up and I said, he's the one that did it. He's going to come out
That's
here and
right.
he's going to help me. And you did.
I did.
You did. Okay, our new stove came.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it's very intimidating. It's a beautiful stove, but it's a little intimidating because it is so fast. It is on, like, white on rice. And I've had several people write and say, oh, please show us how it works. And I'm going to. Next week, I'll boil some water.
It's our first induction stove, so.
It's very different. It's very different. I did oatmeal. I thought was pretty safe to do some oatmeal, and I boiled some water, and I think I did some vegetables. So I'm, kind of easing in, but I love it. Tomorrow the refrigerator arrives, and yes,
It's been
we
a
did.
very, very horrible year appliance-wise.
Appliance-wise, we have just been So tomorrow I have our new refrigerator arriving. Of course, that means we have to get everything out of there, find a place for it to stay cold. Of course, it's so cold right now, we're gonna stick it out on the deck. And then they'll come in and our kitchen is up a flight of stairs. I leave when this happens. I go to the local bar and I wait till he calls me and says it's over. No, actually, I go into my back room, my little TV's going. I can't watch it. I am a coward. I can't watch it. It's painful.
Well, we've had all
Painful.
sorts of things, horrible things happen with moving in and out with appliances, you know, grease stained rugs,
Oh yeah.
carpets, and
Chipped up staircasing. So I can't do it anymore. I just walk away.
but so far, all the appliances we've had to replace have been very good. Dishwasher is great.
Got some great bargains.
Yep. The
Bargains.
washer and dryer are terrific. Huge capacity. They do a wonderful job cleaning, but the washer sounds like a 747 taking off.
It
and on.
does.
It's a little
pretty
noisier.
loud. I have to
than
keep the door
old
closed
washer.
to the laundry room. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's
it
a
works.
Maytag and at the price we got, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'll put some earplugs in. Okay, here's a question I'm pondering and I propose to you. You know, I have a website that I'm working on, as I mentioned in a video prior. And I'm working on it and I'm saying, is there really any value to having a website? Because the things that I have on there are recipes that you don't see on Jill for Today. Things that I love to purchase through Amazon, so I've got little links to that. Some of our videos, you know, the videos that you watch here on YouTube. A little bit of blogging. And I'm thinking, why am I doing this? It's you know, I mean, I like to do it, but really, is that going to be something that you would go to if you're coming to Jill for Today, right? Would you go to a website? I don't know. So let me know. Give me a little feedback because, you know, I don't want to go to all that trouble and then find out that, you know, once you've been here, they say, why go to the website, you know? So, and I'm going to get a P.O. box number. I have found that we have some very generous subscribers, and every so often they like to send gifts of, you know, appreciation or, hey, I know you like this, like the apron, like the booze.
Like the bourbon.
Yeah, and so I'm saying, okay, I think I'll get a P.O. box. So I'm going to do that this week. Let's see here. Next week I'm doing a food haul. I'm going to do a food haul, and I've got a product review, don't I? Yeah, you know, you said, oh, you haven't used. Remember that thing over there in the corner? You said you haven't used, and I said, oh no, because I want to do a product review on it. Remember? Look at me.
Oh, yes. Another gimmick.
No, it's not.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a product review, and I've got a couple of really good recipes lined up for next week. Really good. Before I go further in the list, I kind of always cut you out of this process. You got any?
I'm used to it.
anything? Yeah, I know you do. I know, but you're so nice about it.
I know.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't have much to talk about, you know. Not much that I can say anyway, so.
Well, okay.
Well, what?
Well, do you want to share anything? I mean, I'm sitting there giving, opening the door
No.
for you.
You want to keep the viewers you have?
Oh, I know. We don't want to get political.
No.
No, we don't want to get political. But I tried sushi making this week.
Yeah, she did okay.
I did okay. I did okay.
She hasn't got the rolling technique down.
No.
Totally, but she did okay. Made
Mm-hmm.
California rolls without the
Crab thing in there. I did.
Yeah,
it was
without the faux
cucumber, avocado, and carrot. Sure,
Yeah.
really carrot.
But I think the problem was the nori we got, which was the seafood, or
Yeah.
what is it? Seaweed.
Seaweed.
That you wrap California rolls with.
Yeah.
It was a little thick and a
Yeah.
little tough, and it was a little strong for me.
It was a little
But it
strong,
wasn't
but
bad.
I'm going to go back to Uwajimaya and ask them to point me in the right direction, because there's, how many noris would you say were there? Oh
Oh.
my God. I
We
don't know. A whole
We
island.
have a store called Uwajimaya, which is basically a Japanese supermarket, and you name it, and they have.
They do.
it. And
They do.
You know, every kind of rice you could possibly think of, every kind of vinegar or sauce or
Condiments.
whatever, condiment.
Frozen stuff.
Yeah.
You look in that frozen food
Fish.
case, you say, what the heck is this? And what do you do
You
with
know,
it?
if you're into fish or
Yeah.
poultry or whatever, they've got it all,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
But the nori aisle, seriously, I would say half, and we're talking
Yeah.
like a big grocery store, like a supermarket. Half the aisle is seaweed, nori.
And even trying to select a soy sauce or something
Yeah.
like that, it's
Yeah.
just,
It's a fun store.
yeah, it is a fun
You get
store,
locked on, you
but
get lost in there and
You
you have to
need
find
to stop
somebody.
and get some advice.
You do, actually. So anyway, I did sushi today, or this week, and it went okay. It went okay.
That's good.
I mean, I'm going to do it
That's
again,
good.
and the more you do it, I'll tell you who inspired me, and I know I'm going to get the name wrong. The Plant Eaters. Des, I know I meant, I will put the correct name, Plant Eaters. I think that's it. And she does nori, or she does sushi for the entire family. First of all, she did an excellent Instapot recipe for sushi rice, which I will post here. Then
Oh,
she,
I thought your sushi rice
it was,
good.
yeah, hers was off. It looked awfully good. And then she's got children and a husband, and she made a plate full of sushi, California rolls. And her little children are like little. Like the little gal is just to die for. I love this little girl. She must be 2, maybe 3, I don't know. She's just wolfing down that nori, that sushi, saying, "Mommy, I love this. It's good sushi." So, So anyway, I guess we beat that one to death. Okay. Coffee maker. Oh, tonight we're having pasta with red sauce and French bread.
Ooh.
So he's looking forward to that. What is that?
Anything with French bread in it
Yeah,
is good
yeah.
for me.
I made a wonderful vegetable soup today.
Yes, you did.
With oh gosh, it was carrots and onions and celery.
Edamame.
Edamame was in there and a nice
Yeah.
stock. It was very, very.
Right.
Instapot, just threw it. Oh, and then rice.
Yeah,
I threw
rice.
some of that brown rice, the brown rice 101. I stuck some rice in there. It was delicious. And I just threw, he says, well, I don't want you to go. I said, it's not a lot of work. I'm throwing it in my Instapot. If you are following our French bread making, if you haven't used your chef, the stuff that's in your refrigerator, if you've not used it or you're not going to use it like this weekend, you need to feed it. Don't forget to feed it. And if you find a little tiny pink liquid in there, the liquid is fine. It's kind of a yellowish color. If it goes to pink, you got to ditch it. That means it's turned. But usually a good 7 to 10 days, you should be safe. But I have found that if I get it into a routine, if I'm not baking, and I know I'm not going to be making it, Friday is the day I feed. So there you go. That's that.
Feed your French bread.
Feed your
And
your
feed me
French bread. I don't know. I think that's it. I'm looking at my thing here.
Pretty dull.
It was pretty dull.
Weather continues
weather
to suck.
sucks.
We were supposed to have a big snow and ice storm that was supposed to come in last night. We got a little bit of freezing rain, but basically nothing. But it
It's
continues
miserable.
to be cold. We haven't seen 40 in a while. And,
No, it's just wet and
yeah, wet, and
dreary.
cold. And the wind we've had this
oh
year.
my gosh.
Holy
Yeah,
mackerel.
we've had
Really.
more wind and more fog
Yeah.
this year than ever.
Yeah.
I don't remember a year like that before. Well, okay, guys, that's it.
Well, some weeks are more exciting than others.
They are
so,
indeed.
When your highlights of your week are changing out the wax ring on your toilet and helping clean up the coffee mess you made, that's not great.
Oh, one thing I did want to say. I had this, just a little story, a little share story. The people brought the stove in, and it's stainless steel. And I'm like a freak about the fingerprints, something, I've got the dishwasher and I'm like constantly, trying to wipe so they deliver the stove. And there's a lot of tape, it's taping the doors closed. And he says, you're going to need to use some Goo Gone to get that sticky. Fine, I got it, that's fine. So they're walking out the door, and I realize that there's all these fingerprints on this stove front. So I'm using my special spray, which is water, just a itty bitty spray of Dawn dish liquid, and alcohol. Fabulous all-purpose cleaner. I use it everywhere, but on my stainless steel. So I spray this and I'm wiping, I can't get these darn fingerprints off. And I said, director, tell that guy not to leave. I gotta have him back up here. So he comes back up. I said, I'm sorry. There's, paw prints all over here. I can't get, oh no, that's the glue. That's it. No, it's not. It's paw prints. No, that's the glue. You gotta use the Goo Gone. He and I didn't we? Got into a little tiff.
Hey, no matter who you go to, all they're interested in is selling you something. And once you paid for it, forget about it.
So I finally gave up because I knew he thought I was the idiot child. And I'm saying, I know how to clean a damn appliance, and I know when it's fingerprints, and I know when it's glue. So I said, okay, fine, get the heck out of my house. And I figured I'll clean it, and if it doesn't come off, those fingerprints don't come off, then the store's gonna find out about it. Well, I worked very hard on it, and I finally got them off. That's it, we're done here. Is our work done here?
I think we bored them to tears.
I think so
enough.
too. All right. So, thanks for watching. Tell your friends, subscribe, thumbs up, leave comments. Let me know about the website. Let me know what you think about that. And we'll do a little thing next week on
Don't
the
forget
stove.
to take the stopper out of your coffee pot before you brew.
Take that stopper out of your coffee pot before you brew. Isn't that the good one?
That's right.
All right, everybody.
And drink lots of good nutrient-dense stuff.
Yep. Oh, this wine is so good. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.